You know, this song is a song I play almost ever so often when I'm doing a show. It begins, and people you are watching now, you say, yes, I know you've come and performed and you've started with this song. Beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. It is already a beautiful day. Often described as a soulful, inspirational, motivational, and prolific composer. Jermaine Edwards. You must say Jermaine. Is a true powerhouse and inspires on the music scene and art. He joined us this morning to tell us about the latest space that he is influencing, the Control My Mind school tour. Jermaine, before I welcome you to Sunrise, I have to talk about this fun fact.
Yes.
I thought that in the studio, they imported this round table that you see every single morning, and I just learned that Renewed Designs, owned and operated by Jermaine and his beautiful daughters.
Crazy.
Created, designed, and made it.
For
Yes.
the round table.
Yeah, the round table. And
Wow. And it's a monster of a table, you know. It's not a small table, like it's a
Huge.
big table.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so amazing to know. I did not realize
So
that.
he's been here.
Yeah.
I've been here before it all set up.
Yeah.
But
So
it's a
nice
pleasure.
to have you here this morning.
It's
Thank
a
you for
pleasure
being with us.
here, and you know, it's an honor. It's an honor.
Yeah, no. Thanks for. Are you a morning person?
Yes, I start my day very early,
Really? What time? Tell me.
5:30.
No.
5 o'clock. I like work in the studio and stuff. So, yeah, I get more out of the day when you
If you start early.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
it, got
Yeah.
it. I'm so curious to know about this tour,
Yes.
the inspiration behind it, why you think it's important. Tell us a little bit more, please.
I know in your past you would have some teacher or somebody who said something to you that would have altered your future. And it stayed in you. I can remember something an English teacher said to you that it profoundly sit in your head. So if we can collide, right, and every time there's an accident, there's a proof of accident, there's a dent, there's something that shows. So we go into the high schools speaking about drugs, speaking about the kind of drugs, because it's not that say no to drugs, but then they have to know what is the difference between a hybrid weed or organic weed, you know what I mean, that they are fooling around with the embalming fluid and the cocaine that they're spraying on it. So we have a lot of youths that are co-kids, but they don't know because, you know, some wicked people who really just want to get them to buy and get high at all times. So I'm a concern about our society, and you know, when you see the eyes of the kids, you know, they're really, some kids cutting up themselves, and like girls coming to you and telling you that, look here, I don't feel like I want to live anymore. You know, I've been repeatedly raped in the communities and so forth. There's so much work that we need to do, and we need to spend a lot more on our next generation.
So the inspiration would have come from your observation of what's happening?
Yes.
Because I was thinking that you get up one morning and say, hey, you know, I'm going to do this.
It's a dream of mine for years, you know, from, like, it's in my bio, from 2013, it's been in my bio. Because, I mean, being a pastor's son, I didn't like the fact that, you know, when Christians come into the schools, then the speaker pop out of the box and the cone, you know, them cone, they just bust up and stuff like that. So, and faith was always loud. But when anything got to do with morals and good stuff, nothing wrong with thou shall not steal.
Yes.
You know, scamming in Jamaica just seemed like a normal thing. Thou shall not commit murder. Nothing wrong with that. So if we took the moral out of our society, we have a generation that is, so I want to go loud. I go with LED screens, I go with big sound system and drum set and the whole works. And then when the kids walk into the school in the morning, I'm like, Miss, what's going on? Big stage show. And it draw them attention.
And you know what? I like the title track. I like the name of the tour, because Control My Mind is the thing. You know, you said it. You thought about what you're going to do, and now you're living the reality. Thoughts become things.
Right.
And if we continue to impact the mind of the young people, then we'll see the change in society.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So that's a gem right there.
Thank you.
Was it deliberate?
I mean, yeah, it was deliberate, and understanding how youths are. They're used to, you know, a lot of things. So when you're going there, you can't. I mean, some principals say that you can't get more than 20 minutes because this generation, they don't have no attention span. And like 1 hour and a half. Like 1 hour and a half in sun. You know, more be in the rain. And I mean, we had to tell them, no, you have to leave now because it's just, the rain just not going to finish.
I have to ask you, you know, we feel like, we feel like it's not been a long time since we were teenagers. I mean, it's, you know. But on a serious note, you know, I feel like every generation has always felt like this next generation, is worse than the one before.
Yes.
And I want to know, you know, with the tour and you being there, like, are we that different? Are we so far apart from the generation that is coming up?
Trust me.
Is it so much different? Is it so much worse? Can we be hopeful? Like, tell me what you think.
It's one of the most nerve-wracking things to speak to youth,
Yes.
right? You can talk to adults very easily,
So
but
true.
the next generation. But when I'm surprised myself, you know, when you're going in there and like you see after me finish the amount of autograph and the amount of youth signing sneakers, Wilma's boys was like boys just kind of ego, them kind of high, you know, mature and stuff, and like they were like.
Whoa.
You know, but what you go through with them, don't just look at them and feel like them not have no sense. And that is what is happening with a lot of parents and people who are elders who are trying to speak to the generation. They speak to them like it's ABC. It's wide world web. These kids are exposed. You can't just go to them with ABC. So I don't think we're much different.
Yeah.
Well, I think we are. We're more exposed.
Yes.
So you can't
It's
just
a
go to them.
different time.
Yeah,
It's a different time.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I just find myself sounding more and more like my parents. And I'm like, oh no, what is happening? But it just shows you as well, though, that there are certain things that will always stand. And there are certain morals that we have to keep up. And you're right, like we have to focus on the next generation always, because that's who we're ushering into continue this journey.
Speak to them.
And
Yeah.
speaking of
And
continuing this journey, I don't know how you go about selecting the different schools that you go
Yeah.
to. I'm sure they are saying, Jermaine, this cannot stop.
all over.
yes,
Continue.
yes.
Yeah.
Listen, all the sponsors exponentially multiply to make this continue, because if we control the minds of the young people and we impact them with good morals, then crime
We're good.
Yeah, everything will change. Tell us about some of the collaborations that you have going for this tour.
Well, we have, I mean, this 10 school that we went to cost about $5 million just to move, you know what I mean? As I said, it's big production, LED screens and stuff. So we had Artiste and NTA, we had Bellevue Hospital, Rescue Package, Grace, Yummy, Digicel, and National Council on Drug Abuse. And yeah, that is just the company that dealt with three-quarter, half of the expenses, because I took it out of my pocket, and it's a dream. So it was a pleasure to know that I can afford to do it. Yeah,
It's wonderful. I think what you're doing is very important, and honestly, like I would love to see this continue. It should happen.
we're trying for September.
Yeah.
I mean, January, February is at the lower aspect of our career, in a sense. So September is another point. So we're trying to see, but we're going to strategize how we do it. Because, you know, like going from Spanish Town to Rossi's High, that's 5 hours, you know what I mean? So if we're doing 5 schools, we can do about 30 schools in a month.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Or 20 schools in a month. If we go down there, we're down there, we do 5 schools down there for the whole week. You know what I mean? And then the sound stay down there and the team stay down there. And I think we can do more schools. So we're aiming for at least 20 more schools in September.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect.
He is yielding to the master strategist that is his creator. And he himself is an awesome marketer, PR person. Listen, when Jermaine goes out, he goes out. I admire that, my brother.
Thank you, sir.
And
Trust me.
clearly, he might build some bad furniture. Tell me, I said, when I heard that, I was like, no, you're joking. So, yeah.
I'm
awesome.
hoping that he's going to be staying with us this morning, and we might hear from him later on. But that was Jermaine Edwards, gospel artist and the producer of the Control My Mind tour. On the other side of this break, it's over to Tammy with a brand new book, A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Thanks so
Stick
much.
and stay with us.
Honestly,
It's the Sunrise Book Club.
big work.